All right, now for the last part of today's session, we're going to go back to our pen tool and we're going to start a new one here. And we're going to look at the different types of paint. Let's call it paint or brush strokes, I suppose we'd call it, wouldn't we? We've got the pencil, which is the default, but we've also got dots. We've got dashes. This is called speed. And this kind of is useful maybe for speed lines as we draw across the screen. If we go quickly, we're a bit thinner. If we go slower, it gets a bit thicker. Can you see? That's kind of cool. Let's change color so I can draw on top. We've got marker, which just gives a bit more of a straight kind of a line. You can see the difference between marker and pencil. A bit thinner as well. And scratch. This might be useful for hair or for some kind of textures. If you wanted to make something that looked kind of jellyfishy or more like organic, that might be quite interesting. So for this last part, all I'd like you to do, and I'll kind of do one with you here, is experiment back with the paintbrush, but experiment with the different brush strokes. So let's say I'm going to start with dots here. Let's see if I can draw a dotty line that keeps on growing. Let's see. So let's draw like that. Go to the next frame. I'm going to draw a bit bigger. Go to the next frame, draw a bit bigger. Go to the next frame, draw a bit bigger. Go to the next frame, draw a bit bigger. So I'm hoping that this will look like, almost like footsteps are appearing. Just had the idea as I was showing you this, so let's see how it works. Let's play that. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's go to the next one. So I'm drawing the spiral, and because they're dots, it kind of looks like the dots are being made by some invisible creature, perhaps, walking around in this circle. Let's play again. I think this will be great. I'm going to carry on with this. Oh, that was a mistake. Let's go around again. I'm going to go quicker now. I'm not being so precious. You might like to take your time, but I just want to demonstrate the effect for you. So each time I'm drawing again from the beginning, but carrying on a little bit further as we go around here. And widening out slightly. Let's go really quite quick now because I'd like to get this. Let's play that. Coming around, wriggling. We kind of get bigger quite quickly at the end there, don't we? All right, so that's dots. That's cool. I'm just going to start another animation basically on the end here. So let's have a go. Dashes could come across perhaps. Let's try from the top. So this is going to kind of hard cut to a new frame. I mean a new animation actually. But the idea will be the same. So with dashes, let's see if we can just dash across the stage. Maybe we'll get this one to move with us like we did with the wriggly lines. Now this will maybe come back to our starting position. So the whole thing will loop around. We'll have a hard cut in the middle, We'll come out and then we'll jump in a minute to this one coming through, but it might end up in the same place. Yeah, that's cool. I like the way Brush Ninja shows us our first frame in the animation, even after all of our other onion skinning has long disappeared, because we're that much further through our animation. Okay, so that's dash and dot. Let's see what else we had here. Okay, speed and marker, they're kind of similar to pencil, so let's jump to scratch here. I'm going to see if I can just add some texture now throughout my whole animation. I moved a frame by mistake, I think, there. Never mind, never mind, never mind. So coming back to my first frame, I might create like the feeling of a floor along here. So I'm just going to draw a line here. And this might give you guys some ideas, but I want to just create the idea of a floor. So I'm going back through my frames now. Frames, we can keep editing, we can keep drawing things in, things on top as we go. Oh, I'm skipping some frames here. There we go. My floor seems to be shrinking, so let's draw that out a bit more. And I'm just going to do this for the whole of the spiral sequence. And I'm being very, very quick here. Again, you might like to take a lot more care and attention with what you're doing. But let's see it. So I'm hoping that's going to create, look, we've got like this line at the bottom. And that's with that scratchy line. All right, guys, so I'd love to see what you come up with the pen or the paintbrush and these different types of brush strokes, and see what you guys can come up with. Remember, we can change the background color of, let's see if it's of our frames. I think it's of each frame. So select a color. Let's choose a bright green. We're going to pick the color. Oh, it does do the whole animation, so that's cool. So you might like to try experimenting with different colors. And again, I'm going to come up to settings here. And it says Mr. Darch now in the corner. So I've got this bright green and my animation, and I can experiment with changing that background color by coming down to the image icon next to the play button. So let's see it in green. Yeah, I quite like that. But let's try one more color. So let's go select a color. I'm going to go for like a nice blue here. I'm going to say, yep, pick that color, please. And then I can see the whole thing again in that color. So have a play with the paintbrush and the different brush strokes and just see what you can come up with.